Hi, before we get this video started, I just wanted to add a couple of pieces of context. This was recorded in March, and I am editing this in July, finally. There have been a couple updates to Prehistoric Kingdom since then, and so this game actually looks pretty different now. You can read about the latest, I think, update 11 or something like that. Yeah, I think it's update 11 on Steam or on the Prehistoric Kingdom website. But yeah, I just wanted to give that context. And so because of that, because it's such a different game now, we'll have to see how we move forward with this series. To be honest, in a lot of ways, I have moved on, and that should be clear by the fact that even back in March, I was not fixing the things that I was pointing out that were especially egregious in this build. So, we'll see how that goes, going forward, but I felt like I needed to publish this anyway, because there are some good ideas and there's some bad ideas, and that's kind of what my focus on this stuff is about good and bad ideas, and stuff that kind of worked and does work and whatever, and just the examination of that. So yeah, I hope you enjoy what you see here, and that you come back for more. So thanks. Hi, my name is Kobo. This is my series on Prehistoric Kingdom, a prehistoric animal park management game. I've worked a lot on this park, and so far we've focused on the animals and these 3 different exhibits here. But today I want to focus on, or this episode, however this works out, I want to focus on my walkway that I have built, the above ground walkway that I've built for this game. So, let's just go ahead and start at the beginning here. There's this ramp that the current pathfinding AI for the people is having a lot of problems with, including going into it. It's a little too narrow, I guess, for them. That's 4 meters wide, too. I mean, it's less than that between the 2 posts there, but they've been having a hard time with that after that one update from, I want to say, December. And, it's very silly, and it's great. So yeah, I made this really nice ramp. I'm so sorry. This really nice ramp, to walk up on. That's the first place you get into here. And this big, huge boardwalk thing. This giant boardwalk thing with an observation area for the Coelophysis, observation area for the Psittacosaurus, and an observation boardwalk here, actual proper boardwalk, for the Velociraptors. And again, with some of these other buildings, and that right there is a problem to me. It looks a little unfinished that way, again, to me. So I try to use some of these pieces here. Why can I not edit the group? I try to use some of these pieces here to give it some texture, give it some... Not doing that again for a whole episode. Give it something, a little more completeness. And honestly, I really like that. It's something that in a lot of other parts I would absolutely forget to do. I did nothing like this on the boardwalk. Although I would argue that the boardwalk here looks a little bit... It doesn't matter, because who's going to see this? Can you see it? You could probably see it from over there. Fine. But who's going to care, honestly? That's like the part of the exhibit nobody is going to be looking into, right? It's the little extra space for the raptors. Nobody Nobody's gonna care. And this weird sun thing that I tried to, like, I don't know, I felt like it should be, like, it should trap just enough air to where, like, if it was winter or something, although, what map am I in? I'm in Costa Rica map, so I don't know how cold it would actually get, but, to kind of regulate temperature while at the same time allowing for air to get through. And I don't know actually if if that would work. I don't know. So anyway, that's what I tried to do. And we're in a pillar again. And yeah, again, I tried with this this geometrical shape thing to kind of finish things off, make it look a little bit more complete. Am I completely satisfied with it though? Not really, but I guess it may be one of those things that when you actually just look at it, that particular aspect, it's like, oh god. But when you look at the whole thing, it's like, or not. Or the whole thing is just very ugly and I just don't know what to do with it. I don't know. It's up to you at home. So yeah, so you can start out just going up the boardwalk if you can get around these awful messes of people. And you can continue over here. You can get a good look at the stackos under their little umbrellas. Those are huge umbrellas, but you know what I mean. You can sit out here, you know. Have nice little seating areas for you to sit out here and hang out with the tacos. And then I put a little feeding thing. I put a fries thing here, and the intention was to put like stuff here that would be like, you know, fryers and like equipment, like a kitchen, like an open air kitchen. Have I done that yet? Obviously not. But yeah, just a little place up here after you've, you know, because otherwise the restaurant's all the way over there. And now you get over here and you're like, I'm hungry and I'm thirsty. And for whatever reason, I decided to go with a glass cover here. And a not glass cover here with a little, I don't remember what those are called. A little island, planter island. I don't know what that's called. And then you can get down again here if you want to see the pistachos underneath the shade or feeding on in their little foods, their little platforms, they're the same size as them, and the water things, you know, if you want to watch them drink or whatever, be cute down here instead of be cute up there, you can do that. Information signs, which I think I neglected in later places. Although there's also a lot of things out there that are not finished. And anyway, if on the other hand, you were to just start on the bottom to begin with, you can just glide, holding shift, as you walk over here. And again, tried finishing things, tried making it look a little better. It does look better, but also, I don't know if I'm really happy with that. If there should be more like beam-like things here, I don't know. It looked a little awkward trying to do that, and I was like, I just want to keep moving with my life, so I didn't. And that's where we are. So yeah, there's like this mezzanine feel to it here with this huge Arthropleura statue that's in the game. I did not build this. Like, I placed it. I did not like go through the trouble to try to build this because it already exists in the game, and it's great. So yeah, I built a little planter here with that statue, just to give it, you know, just give it a little more scenery outside of the enclosures. You guys aren't supposed to get stuck down here, and I don't know if I can fix that or not. So yeah, and you can go to the Velociraptor house, hang out with the raptors in there if they're taking a nap inside, especially if it's a hot day, or just a day because they're nocturnal. Who knows? Who knows what's going on? And you can hang out with the pistachos here. And then you can continue, and if you want to go up to the top, you can go up to the top here. Or if not, you can just keep walking underneath. But the whole point of this was to look at the walkway. So we're going to go up. And so part of the walkway, and maybe we should do this. Ooh, how's that? Coelophysis, Velociraptor, staff stuff, you know, our prefabs here, restaurant, store, rest area, stachos, raptor again, and that's where we were, the little ramp up, little area here, boardwalk to the raptors, all through here, this place here. So then it goes around, okay, and it extends, and this should be, yes, look at that, this is all one building. And I was able to do that. And now that I know how to merge things, I could actually merge this other walkway here, which goes around our Dilo habitat. And we will talk about the Dilophosaurus at some point, but not today. We're focusing on this walkway. And I started out with a lot of intentions with this walkway. You could see them here, and eventually it became like plunk it down, plunk it down, plunk down the things here, plunk down the, you know, I forgot the word columns, plunk down the columns. I stopped trying to shore this up because I was like, it's gonna be never ending. I'm gonna make this a thing for the whole freaking park, and it's just never gonna be done, and I'm gonna hate myself. So, not quite as finished. This, any kind of a curve for something like this is just, yeah, you can tell. Okay, this is not something I'm proud of right here. This is not something that I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I did my best. This is like, this is the end of it. I don't know how to make like a nice diagonal path with this. Quickly I should add, because could I have done it? Yes. Could I have done it? Yes. I know exactly how I would go about that. Would it have been quick? Absolutely not. And so I'm not going to worry about it. Anyway. So yeah, this walkway, it segues into, or meets up with this walkway around the Dilo habitat. It goes to this little house here, which again is kind of connected to the Dilo habitat, walk around thing. It goes further into the park and goes all the way over here where it finally ends, and I said screw this. And a nice little, you know, rampy thing here for people to get down and go deeper, even deeper into the park. And another thing it does is it loops back on itself by going over this habitat of Dryosaurus and, yes, Solidosaurus. And it also ends up being a little observation deck with a walk down and thing to go look at our Camarasaurus and our Iguanodon. Our only sauropods right now, yes. And our only Hadrosaurs right now. We have another ornithopod, which is closely related. Oh, that is not it. These guys in there. Anyway, why did I do a walkway like this? And so anyway, goes around again, loops back towards the Velociraptors and friends, and loops around here, back again. You understand what I'm saying? Why did I do this? Well, I think these are pines. These are pine trees, but this habitat with the ferns and everything, it's like a coastal habitat, coastal pines. You've got tree ferns in there, which are not ferns, I believe. And some regular old ferns in there and stuff. And it's supposed to be a very wet, very tropical, or not tropical, rainforest environment. And I really like having, now originally the plan was to put the Camarasaurus in here, I think. Or it was possibly going to be an option, and I couldn't decide, and it wasn't enough room for him, so I moved him. More on that when I cover these things, but I like having, you know, a nice walk through the trees, the treetops specifically. Nice walk through the treetops. This is a really pretty game, and if this was real life, it would be very pretty. And so yeah, it's nice to get an even, you know, more bird's eye view thing going on of our animals. So that's why I did that. And I switched it up with the railings here. I made these, which are a bit of a pain in the ass. However, look pretty good to me if we weren't constantly having people phase through our eyes. I think this looks pretty fantastic. It looks modern. It looks good. You're not gonna, you know, you're not gonna accidentally bust through these things. They're pretty strong. And again, we have this thing here, like what we talked about with the velociraptors, a little a little like catch thing here, so that, I mean, also if somebody decided to do, you know, a Michael Jackson or a Steve Irwin and dangle their baby over the side, again, something to catch them with this chain wire thing. It looks a little bit more like chicken wire, but it's supposed to be chain link. Here with some strong metal barriers, supports, or if you're a normal person and you know, drop your phone, again, I mean, it could bounce, but it could also just be like, you know, when your phone just goes head first and just face plants onto the thing, and you can pick it up. Likewise, it helps, you know, people not just like drop trash and stuff like that, or, you know, it would if that was an actual thing in this game. That's not what's supposed to happen, but you could see she did not just immediately fall off the edge. I don't think she would have anyway because of the way the AI is, but you get what I'm saying. So, yeah, and I didn't do that for everything. There's just this regular old walkway over the grass, into some trees, and into the other walkway here. I was like, you know, if you lose your phone at that point, you can run down to one of the little thing. Well, oh, it's not there. It's way down there. You can go over here, have your friends who came with you for sure. You didn't come alone. You came with friends or family, and they can spot you, and you can go over and you can find it. So, you know, I was like, whatever. You know, you're not gonna get eaten if you drop something down there and you try to get it. Why is that missing? I don't know. I don't know why these things are missing. So yeah, and more of a mesh thing in here to keep you from, or really to keep will she fall? She's just gonna keep going. Holy shit, she can walk on air. If walking on water makes you Jesus, what does walking on air make you? Oh my god, this is great. I thought I had to worry about the dinosaurs, but it's the guests that are the problem. Breaking through boundaries. Barriers rather. So yeah, and why did I decide to take on this big huge thing? I don't fucking know. I can't tell you at this point. I thought it would be cool, probably. I thought it would be cool. I thought it would be a nice thing to give levels. Vertical space for the guests too, because, you know, with Jurassic World Evolution 2, even, let alone 1, you can't do things like this. You can't do this. And it's really cool to be able to give not only the animals, but the human animals, the non-human animals, and the human animals. Give everybody a chance to just, you know, go up and be down and get a whole bunch of different views on things, you know? Because honestly, that's the best part in zoos, where it's like, you know, some people are going to be like, I'm going to walk all the way to the end of the boardwalk to watch the raptors here. Some people are going to be like, no, screw that. I have 2 screaming kids or 5 screaming kids because somebody let me take their kids without them. And we're going to go into the house where they can get right up close and they can really get impressed by the raptors if they're there. Or if they're not, we can fuck off and we can go get them ice cream, or in this case fries, and keep them happy that way. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, that's why I did this. It was cool. It was something I could do in a fictional, fucking world. And it was fun up until this point. At this point, it was like, well, screw you. At this point, it was like, okay, got this walkway that I'm doing. I feel like I'm getting somewhere. This was like, oh my god, you're a nightmare, and I hate you. And I don't want to take, like, forever to make. I really should go back and make a nice, straight thing. I could make it double wide here, because this is what I'm afraid of. When I did this, they tried to improve the guest walking AI, and in some respects, they're not colliding into each other, they're not phasing through each other as much. But I'll have to play it again. But where she's just walking around out there. Yeah. So, that's my walkway, and that's some of the things that I was trying to do with it. I don't think I forgot anything. Again, it was a little bit more like, oh, let's do this. Is that gonna look good? Oh, let's do this. Is that gonna look good? So no actual dinosaurs today, not directly. But, hopefully that gives you some ideas, or just was a fun thing to look at. And I hope to see you next time. Thanks for joining me. Bye.